When did you begin vaping?
I started probably beginning of junior year.
And how did you get involved?
A couple of my friends had them, and I liked it, so I decided to get one.
How often or like how much on a regular basis do you vape?
It's kind of like a daily thing. It's like just something you could do, like like while you're doing homework or like driving, or like something you could do like during your everyday life.
And each time you vape, about how long is it?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a length. It's kind of like you kind of just do it while you're doing other stuff. Like it's like you don't really always do it while like just by itself.
Is there like a feeling or sensation that you get from vaping?
I mean, sort of. Not so much. Like I wouldn't say that there is, but I mean I know some people feel that way.
So why do you like it then? Like, is there a certain desire that you have for it?
I don't know. I kind of just like enjoy it. I guess it's just something I like to do. I know like my friends like to do it, so it's like kind of just we do it together and we enjoy it, I guess.
What are your opinions on the various legislations that are in place to restrict vaping?
I don't necessarily agree with them because I know that vaping is for some people a way to stop smoking. So if you're restricting that, it's just, I guess, hurting. I feel like it's hurting people more because I feel like then they're more inclined to stay smoking if they have trouble getting vapes.
And going along with that, do you think that the age should be lowered from 19 to a younger age?
I do because I mean I feel like if you're smoking and you're trying to stop and there's an age limit, then that's kind of preventing you, I guess, from getting some help or something along like kind of like that.
Do you think vaping is healthier than smoking?
I definitely do, yeah.
For what reasons?
Because vaping is in a way sort of like smoking, where you get like the smoke, but instead of it being smoke, it's vapor, where it's just instead of like combusting at a higher temperature, it's just vaporizing the liquid at a lower temperature.
Have you ever smoked a cigarette?
No, I haven't.
When you vape, do you use like a certain strength? Because I know there's like ultra light, medium, regular, strong, or there's some that don't have any nicotine in them at all.
Mhm.
So
Personally, I use the lightest one with nicotine, which is the 3, which is pretty much just like standard, which is like what most people use.
Do you use any flavorings?
Yeah, actually, my favorite is Lunar Harvest Ice, which is like a minty blue raspberry type thing.
And how do you feel about the legislation New Jersey is trying to pass to ban like all different flavors?
I like that because I feel like a whole one of the enjoyments of vaping is like the different flavors and how if you go to a vape shop they have like it's almost like essentially like a bar of like e-juice and stuff like that.
And can you describe where you can vape? Like what locations are you allowed to go? I know you talked about the different vape stores that you're allowed to go to.
Well, there's like vape stores like that, which typically are also vapor lounges where they'll give you like free Wi-Fi and they'll have like TVs and they let you just vape in there. But also that like anywhere pretty much you're allowed to smoke, you're allowed to vape. Like I've never seen somewhere that says no no vaping but you can smoke or anything like that. So it's like pretty much the same rules apply for now at least.
Are there any age restrictions on those like different vape lounges?
Yeah, for the most part, they say it's like 19, like the law says. But for a while, they weren't really as strict about it as they are now. Now they're much more strict because there's so many more restrictions on them.
So how much does it usually cost you? And like, what are the different elements that go into it?
Okay, so when you vape, there's like the power source, which is like so say it's like a box mod or you have a mech mod. One is like it's pretty much just a battery in a tube, and you just hit the button, and the button pushes the battery up, and then that would, I guess, kind of heat up the coil inside of like the RDA. So with that mod, you're looking at about probably like $60 or so, and with a box mod, you would get like a tank which holds more juice in it and everything, and it's like way more like high tech and sophisticated, and like a lot more people, at least around this area, have those mods, like box mod with the tank, and those are a bit more expensive at like a vape shop. They'll cost you probably over like $120, but if you purchase any vape supplies online, it's like half off of like what you would get at like any vapor lounge. So I like to order my stuff online for the most part.
And what about the different like cartridges or juices that you would put in? How much are they?
The juices vary based upon brand. Like any, I guess, product, you have like the name brand stuff, which is obviously gonna be much higher versus like, because you can get like the top of the line, or you can get something that's just like like a gas station brand, which is like $5 versus something like a higher name brand, which you're looking at like $15-$20 per like 30 milliliter bottle.
And how much use can you get out of like one 30 milliliter bottle?
I mean, it all depends how much you vape. I mean, a 30 milliliter bottle will probably last you about like a week or two, like somewhere in that range. So it's a bit of an expensive habit if you think about it. It's like about like maybe like $10 a week or so.
After you vape, like, do you feel impaired in any way? Or
No, not at all. No.
You kind of were saying it didn't impair you at all. There's nothing really negative about it to you. So can you kind of elaborate on that and why you think it shouldn't be so stigmatized in society?
Yeah, sure. I think that that they really shouldn't be banned or frowned upon or like restricted or anything like that, really, because they're in the end, I feel like they're either helping people or it's like a hobby for someone. So I mean, in the end, it's not like you're saving anyone, because I really don't think that they do any harm to you. So yeah, I feel like if you restricted them, you're just gonna hurt people more and displease more people. So.
Do you think teens are at risk of getting addicted to them because of the nicotine in them?
No, I don't think so, because the nicotine in them is so there's not much nicotine in it at all. So I don't like, I'm not addicted to it. I've been vaping for a while, and like yeah, I don't think it has any factor on like addiction or anything.
Do you think vaping is just a trend, or do you think that this is here to stay?
I do think it is kind of a trend, because I feel like even since like me and my friends started vaping, like not as many people do it as like I guess used to do it. So I do think it has died down a little bit, but I do think it will also stick around at the same time. So.
Do you think you will continue?
I'm not really sure. I've thought about it, but because it is a bit like of an expensive habit, so it's I don't know. I've thought about it, but for the time being, yeah, I do think so.